my first impression, as soon as I arrived in the airport, I saw your general manager. That is very much impressive. He has been so busy, but he still spared the time to meet us, each and every member in the airport. So I'm very much moved. I saw that apart from him, I can also see his team, dedicated team. So that's my first impression. This organization is completely different from other organizations in which it has a strong human touch. This is my first impression. And then when I am in the hotel and I see how you organize it, it is a big meeting. It consists of over 100 delegates. As I can see it, it's more or less like a General Assembly of United Nations. But you organize it in a perfect manner. Everything is well placed. So I must say that I am deeply impressed. And you do not need a whole team like a United Nations. Just, I believe, a dozen of competent, dedicated, and then you can manage to make this big conference, this big meeting is remarkable.
Thanks,
now, as I have said in my humble speech, the future of Prae Legal is unique in a sense. Unlike other international legal organizations, they are more or less manipulated by those big firms. But Prae Legal, what makes it different is it consists of mostly medium, small legal firm. And also, I noticed that is my impression. Certain percentage from Islamic country. For example, in Hong Kong, we know very little about Islamic law firm, Islamic country, Islamic philosophy. This is a place where it impressed me very much, that I then started to know more people from other religions, other races. And it do away all the prejudice. So Prae Legal is one of the very rare organizations which really mix people of different culture, different religion, different belief together, and in the same hall, like brother and sister. So that is very important development for Prae Legal, unlike other countries, unlike other organizations. So that is what I say, most special feature of this organization. If I were allowed to make a suggestion, I think that at the present moment, your central committee, your organizing committee has been doing a superb job. But as organization grows, it will certainly grow from 50 to 100, and then maybe next year from 150. Then you need to have certain division of labor. You need to strengthen your internal organization. Otherwise, I'm afraid that it will be too much hard work for you. So the institutionalization, what we call institutionalization, is also very important. At the moment, the organization depends very much on the hard working of your team, the integrity of your team, and the character of your leader. But in due course, when the organization grows, you need to build in all this character, all this merit into an institute, so that the spirit, your merit will carry on. Allow me to say, with or without your general manager, because I am looking forward that this organization will carry on forever, not just one generation, but generation to generation. So therefore, that team spirit, that charisma will have to build in the organization and will carry on. with your successor and your successor. That's what my humble wish.
Well, the event has been obviously organized very well. It's amazing that you have over 120 lawyers come in, leave their practices. That shows how the event is so important to them. I think the future of the fusion of or the organization of law firms in the world is starting with Prae Legal. So the sky is not even the limit. We don't know where it's going to get to, but this is huge. The Prae Legal is becoming an organization where getting law firms around the world, same law firms around the world, trying to establish your branches around the world is going to be a thing of the past. We're now going to be working with other law firms who are more settled, more organized in their territories to work with us. And that is the advantage that Prae Legal has over all other organizations or law firms who are littering the places with law firms. So Prae Legal is the future. Well, now I think the most difficult part of the work has been done, bringing all of us together. Now we have to now move on to the mechanics, how we're going to work together, how we're going to get our members to be committed to Prae Legal and the references of cases and union data, search engines, because, you know, most of the precedents in different countries are difficult to come by. Now with Prae Legal, we have a data from all other countries being put in on the Prae Legal site. You can just go into the search engine and get a case in, say, Ghana or Turkey or United States of America, wherever. That is a great opportunity for all of us.
I mean, it's absolutely unique. I'm extremely impressed by Prae Legal, or a law firm which is based in Luxembourg. We're also based in France. I myself registered attorney in the bars of France, Paris, Brussels, and Luxembourg. We are a member of various so-called, networks. What we have seen in the past is no true collaboration, no true exchange. I would sincerely say that Prae Legal is absolutely unique. As a former partner with Deloitte & Touche, we have experienced this. We really wanted to have a unique, friendly network. It did not really exist. I really have the impression that Prae Legal team has accomplished something which is unique in the history of the law firms. Well, the first, it's difficult to answer your question. I would answer it in 3 points. I would say first, the future of Prae Legal, I am 100% sure is going to be extremely positive. The second, I personally trust completely the general manager, Mr. Toga, and his team. And I would say, I hope that Fari Toga will forgive me, but I would say mainly his team. Because actually it's a difficult work and he's surrounded by people of first quality in every aspect. The third point, if I may have a suggestion for his talented team, would be to let the other work and to ask them to work. It's time for the family, the new family which has been created, to offer our services together to government, to multinational companies. It's time for the lawyers to thank Prae Legal and to offer their talents and services.
You know, I should say that you are very impressive with the event. Of course, we already expect something nice, something organized, but actually, despite the fact that our firm has some experience with international alliance, we never seen something like that. The event has a huge organization and everything, and I think above all, everybody has in a very good mood and a very nice vibration. Everybody wants things to happen and feels like a real family. I think the state of mind from everybody is quite the same. Everybody has the same idea, and I'm pretty sure that is just the beginning. I think certainly we're gonna have a great future. This is just the first step. Of course, we have some homework to do. I mean, every firm, when you come back to our countries, we have to remember that now we have new friends in new countries and we have to exchange business. So it's a matter of having a proactive action when we come back. But I'm quite sure that Prae Legal model is the right model to attend exterior clients, since we have the front runners in each country, and we are in equal conditions to compete with international law firms or even with another law networks or law alliance, with one big difference. I'm pretty sure that we have more international coverage than the others networks or alliance, as far as I know.
Well, Prae Legal looks like a big family. At the first time that I meet the staff of Prae Legal, I feel myself that I know them from a long time ago. And this second meeting that I'm here, they look like I never been apart from them during this year. So my impression about the Prae Legal is like a big family with big brothers, and that they are willing to cooperate and assist each other. Well, I think we have I think that we have a lot to learn from each other. I think from the way the other firms and our jurisdictions think and has idea how to resolve the problem. We have many possibilities to exchange experience, also to involve each other to different projects that are developed in our country.
In one sentence, I would say that is brilliant. And this sort of event, we can't as a lawyer think of, exceptionally different. I have been in different events were organized in Hong Kong, Singapore and other places. But I have never seen something like this, the overwhelmed, and people are emotionally connected with a hope. And there is a dream, or there is a goal which would be achieved by this platform. And that's very visible, very, you can easily see it in their eyes that the dream is there, the dream is alive. And it's like what we have here today, it's the future. Today's talks is the future. What we have seen here, I believe, if it goes well, it's going to be the unique platform for all words of the world. And that's brilliant in one word. Prae Legal, this network, we have other networks as well, but the difference here with other networks, this is the people behind here. They're really dedicated, hardworking, efficient, and they know what they want to achieve. That is the most important thing. And they're providing facilities for the members. Like we are for different countries, I think more than 100 countries already. And all the members, when they are here, they feel that they are in a family. They are in a platform which is going to facilitate them, and also that platform is going to secure their goals or what they want to achieve as a law firm or a lawyer. So that is actually very good. And the goal of Prae Legal, or the future of Prae Legal, I think, or I believe, it's going to continue like this, and the achievement will be enormous. It's without boundary. Limitless achievement can be possible by the platform. The reason behind, there are people like Toga, what I have seen, and someone who visited enormous, like in many countries, many law firms physically, and then scrutinized, checked that whether these law firms will be viable to be part of this platform. And that is another important thing. So any clients, whoever is going to be in the network, that client will be relieved, that client will feel secure, that client will feel that they are in good hand and safe hand. And these members are going to take care of it. So the future is going to be very bright, without any doubt of it.
We did not expect something as broad-reaching as this. We are surprised, pleasantly surprised and pleased to see not just the number of participants, because you can have 100 participants from only one region in the world, but there are 100 participants from all the regions in the world, and this is a significant accomplishment. To have people from Nepal and Iran speaking to people from Slovenia and Italy, the United States, Malta, Spain, Morocco, all the nations of the world. This is a meeting of classical proportions. It is almost biblical in its signature. I think it is at the very beginning. I think that after the first meeting, in which I did not attend, but in which you had less than 50 participants, I am told, there is a euphoria, a sense of celebration that in just 1 year, the membership has doubled. I think now it is the time to go beyond the celebration and the euphoria and to start thinking in terms of structures, to start laying down the rules to facilitate communication and administration, to become more of a political unit in the sense of human politics, of course. So I think the challenge is to go beyond now simply saying we are here, because if we do not develop, after a while, we will no longer be here. So the challenge is to sit down now and start thinking how to ensure that we survive and that we prosper.
To tell you the truth, I've really impressed about such a meeting with different international lawyers. It's really impressive. As a lawyer from Petra, we are working in an international network, but I found out that Prae Legal has a very, very creative idea, and we've really impressed about the organization and the hospitality, what happened here. It's amazing. Prae Legal is a creative idea, and I think you've got the target. Prae Legal now has a huge network around the world. It really communicate the whole lawyers as one entity law firm. If I need legal services somewhere in Africa or in Asia or in South America, I found a very good lawyers that are a member of Prae Legal, and this is give us a good services for our client, and it's a brilliant idea.
Well, first of all, Qatar has been a surprisingly nice place. I'd never been here before, and I was very impressed with the level of development and the friendliness of the reception we've received here. As for the event itself, we're fairly new to Prae Legal, and we had not yet had the opportunity to meet many of the partners. We knew the few that had led us to become members, but we hadn't gotten a full impression of the quality and breadth of the membership. We have met some amazing people here the last 2 days, and I think have made some outstanding connections. And the thing that is perhaps most impressive is the emphasis on friendship, the emphasis on family, that this is not purely a commercial establishment, but that we're trying to develop human relationships as well as professional relationships amongst the members. I hope that we can continue to build off the groundwork that we laid here. This is still an organization in development. there are many policies and practices that we're still learning what needs to be done. And I look forward to working with the Prae Legal management on those in the coming months. But I think if we can get that groundwork finished, I can see good possibilities for growth. There are still a few countries where we're not yet represented, although we have all the major ones here. And I look forward to helping the organization develop contacts in those countries where it is not yet represented. But I'm also looking forward to using the services and assistance of my partners that I've met here this week. And so I think if we can continue to build on this foundation, I see the future as a very bright one.
So it was a very nice occasion for the reason one cannot do his business in his own country. Now it has become the global things, and we are doing a business in, you see, almost all the countries, which is not possible without this type of you see work, which is Prae Legal, and I like it very much because we have the contacts with so many people at one forum, at one place. So we have been introduced with each other. We can avail their services. If I have some work in USA or Canada or Singapore, so we can contact our members and we can do it very well. Instead of going there or instead of finding some people over there, so at one place we can find everyone who can assist us while doing our business. So it is very nice, you see, opportunity which we are availing through Prae Legal. I think I have compared with other alliances which are already existing in the world, but this is very important because it has a huge membership, and I hope that Mr. Prae Legal is doing very well, and he can engage many more companies, and he can, you see, encircle about the whole world in its fold.
Oh, it was beautiful, really, like last year when we met in Istanbul. It was beyond any expectation, and now it's in the same level, really. It's the city as itself, it's a growing city, and but you could not compare it to Istanbul. Not because you are from Istanbul, but because Istanbul is maybe has the best position in the world for business. And here they do a lot of efforts to make a business, but up to now it goes, but we shall see what's going to happen. I don't know, it depends on us, it depends on management, but up to now what I'm expecting that finally we start to do some business.
Okay, well, do you have any suggestions about Prae Legal?
Any suggestion?
For the future?
For the future, maybe really it's time to start to work. I mean, not only you who are preparing our meetings. What I see until now, that only management is working, and we are just coming to annual meeting. I think it's time to work in branch offices like we in Croatia.
First of all, thank you very much for your invitation. This is the second time I'm participating in the Prae Legal conference. The impressions are very, very pleasant and very good. I think this is a very important step in the life of Prae Legal, not only because of the presence of now more than 100 participants, but it stresses a direction how we should then go on and make our cooperation also technically ready for our future work. I think, well, the near future, it's a difficult question because we are probably still in the building up phase. So I would say not near, but so middle, near, and maybe I would say at least 1 year for the next step. I think there are a lot of tasks to do, structuring the cooperation, to give a frame how to cooperate, not only in legal sense, but, or not in legal sense, but more in business sense, because that is the most important. We should, just one example, for example, we should try to follow up references between the member firms and well, between Prae Legal GmbH is more, how shall I say, simple, because there is already an existing website and email addresses, and you can follow up with there. But also I would propose, for example, to give response to the GmbH about references between the law firms. That might be also a success story for the other members, and that is a proactive echo how we are working.